Hello and welcome to CruiseAway. I'm Derek Marks, and over the next 30 minutes we'll showcase incredible cruise holiday packages that you can book right now with our amazing cruise team based right here in Australia. Now, for this show, we're homing in on the cruise line Holland America. Now, they're a cruise line who for almost 150 years have been taking their guests to exotic destinations around the world. So if you're looking for some of the most spacious ships at sea, award-winning service, 5-star dining, plentiful activities and enrichment programs, then you're in the right place right now. So sit back, relax, and let's start the show by telling you more about our background and our amazing team here at CruiseAway.
Here at CruiseAway, we've been sending Australian travellers on amazing cruise holidays for over 25 years. Our award-winning team specialise in bringing you the best deals from all major cruise lines, sailing right across the globe. Whether you're looking to cruise locally or afar, with thousands of unmissable deals available right now, you can be sure we'll find you your perfect cruise holiday. So, if you're ready, let's go cruising.
You ready? I'm so ready. I'm always ready for a holiday. There's something about it, isn't there? Looking forward to a holiday is almost as exciting as actually going on it. Booking it, well, that's the next level, isn't it? Now, we bring you massive, massive adventures as well. We don't just go from A to B. We do something very, very different here at CruiseAway, and just sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Let's start with this first package then, which is cruising the Med and the North Cape with Barcelona and Amsterdam stays. So that's just a small example, just in one title, of what we do. We don't just fly you to one place and say, here's a cruise, A to B, job done. We build in exciting stays and wonderful adventures around the world. So this is 28 nights, this one. It comes up on the 3rd of May, which is not that far away if you look at the calendar. And we start off by flying you from Sydney out to Barcelona, the beautiful, beautiful city of Barcelona in Spain. Now, we start off the holiday with 2 nights in a hotel here. Now, honestly, there are so many different things that you can do in Barcelona. It may be a place you've never been to before. It might have been on your bucket list for a long, long time. So whether it's going to see the architecture of Gaudi's house, the Sagrada Familia, whether you want to go up to the new camp, whether you want to enjoy the fabulous paella, the wonderful beaches, Barcelona just has so much to offer. Honestly, it's incredible. 2 nights is just perfect as a little taster as well, by the way, because you will love it. You'll love how Barcelona changes from day to night as well, of course, because it's a big tourist city. So during the day it's bustling with tourists. There's all that street entertainment going on in Las Ramblas, and then at night it takes on a completely different feel. It's incredible. You'll love it. After your 2 nights in Barcelona, we've got 22 nights of Holland America cruise coming up on the new Staten Dam. Now, this ship, beautiful. She's a recent addition to the Holland America fleet. She was only launched in 2018, so still relatively brand spanking new. And you will love on Holland America just the warm welcome. People do tell me all the time, it really is, it's home from home. It's the staff on board, the crew on board that become your friends, really. Less sort of crew or staff and more sort of friends along the cruise. People get to know what you like at the bar. The waiters get to know what you do and what you don't like, which is fantastic. It's lovely. And everything's just very, very clean and very, very comfortable. And there are a nice balance of things to be able to do as well. It's not one of the bigger ships as well, which is good. So it's got that slightly more sort of homely feel to it. One that you can navigate very, very quickly, find your way around and enjoy lots and lots of different experiences as well. They have America's test kitchens there. So they do cooking classes and demonstrations, as you're seeing there. So you might even come back with a new signature dish. You never know. There's also the BBC Earth experiences there, the presentations there on a brilliant world stage, which you'll love. Oh, interesting fact on this ship as well, by the way, Oprah Winfrey is the godmother. Well, there you go, see? Mixing with the high life there. You've got incredible artworks on board as well. There are over 150 works of art. I always find that amazing on cruise ships, that they have these spectacular pieces of art around the ship. It's incredible. Now, lots of dining on board. Oh, let's talk about the cabins just very, very quickly, because they have queen-size Mariner's Dreams beds, and they've got plush Euro top mattresses there, premium massage shower heads, flat screen TVs, on-demand movies, and also you can get all of the information that you need on the TV screen. So what's happening around the ship. You can see shows that are made by the crew as well, destination lectures and things like that you can see from your cabin, which I think is absolutely brilliant. It just makes the cruising life just that little bit easier. Canaletto, the Italian restaurant there, by the way, I was looking at the menu, it looks spectacular. It's a specialty restaurant, so a small cover charge, but I tell you what, well worth it indeed for wonderful, authentic Italian, and lots more restaurants beside that as well. So 22 nights we're on board, going out of Barcelona to Cartagena first, so down into southern Spain, wonderful Roman theatre there, and the Calamea, of course, with its architecture is just beautiful. On we go to Gibraltar, and Gibraltar is wonderful. Of course, you've got to climb the famous rock. You can do it by cable car, don't worry, and enjoy a cocktail with the macaques at the top there. Then we go on to Lisbon in Portugal, the capital, of course. Enjoy the Pasta del Nata here as well. Incredible shopping, and the wonderful little trams and elevadors are really cute. Day at sea, and we're in Brest, so we're in Brittany now in France. You can go to the Oceanopolis Sea Life Centre here. There's also the Botanical Gardens and the famous castle, of course. Next we go to the best port for Paris. This is Le Havre, and this is incredible. Most people, when they come into this port, take the trip up to Paris to go and see the Eiffel Tower and all the sights in the city, of course. A day at sea, and we see the tulips and windmills in Amsterdam. Incredible city, of course. You can take a bike tour around there, sail the canals, and buy a windmill or a diamond. Next, up to Norway. The Norwegian fjords now. We've got quite a few Norwegian fjord destinations. Stavanger, which is a small city, walkable. Then we go to Flam, and Flam is incredible. You've got to take the railway. Take my advice, book the excursion up the railway. You will love it, let me tell you. Then we're scenic cruising through the Sogne Fjord to Aalesund. The Atlantic Sea Park is here, where you can see the seals and the penguins feeding, and they're just very lovely little walkable places. Next to Trondheim, so we're heading up towards the north of Norway now as well. Lovely old town bridge here, colourful houses, very charming indeed. Then through the Trondheim's fjord up to Hammerfest, where you can visit the Polar Bear Society here, and this is one of the best places for North Cape cruising, really. This cruise, this port as well, Honningsvåg, it's Europe's northernmost village as well. Midnight suns here are incredible. Back down into Fjordland, Geranger next, where you can take a car tour on the Eagle Road here in Geranger Fjord and the Seven Sisters Waterfall. Then more cruising through the Geranger Fjord to Bergen, which is Norway's second city. You would never know it was a city. It's so cute and compact, but it's full of history. That 16th century fish market is incredible to walk around. We finished the cruise in Amsterdam, and we've got 2 nights in a hotel in Amsterdam for you to enjoy before the flight back to Sydney. Oh my word, Amsterdam is so nice. I worked in Holland about 20 years ago for a year in Holland, and I spent quite a bit of time in Amsterdam. Oh my word, it's incredible. And of course, because you're 2 nights in a hotel, you can do with that whole 2 nights exactly what you want. So whether it's doing things like the Diamond Museum or the Rijksmuseum or the historical sites during the day, and then of an evening you've got a massive array of different restaurants, you've got nightlife there, you've got a very different feel to Amsterdam by day and by night. It's a wonderful place, a fascinating place to wander around as well. You can cruise those canals and do so much more before you fly back to Sydney. What a holiday, hey? 28 incredible nights. In fact, it's so big we have to do it over 2 screens there. So that's the first half of the holiday there, out to Barcelona, onto the stay there and onto the cruise, which is taking you here, there and everywhere. We've got a bit of the Med going on there, and then up into the Norwegian fjords, up to the North Cape. Lots of scenic cruising there as well, through the fjords and up in the North Cape, before you come back into Amsterdam and have a couple of nights in a hotel there. Do you know what? I would love to come on this holiday with you, because it's parts of the world that I'm fairly familiar with. I've been to some of these places, and I'd love to, along the way, say, well, you must do this and you must do that. It's incredible. Now, because this comes up on the 3rd of May, it's not that far away at all. So let me show you the price tag for this straight away, because it really is amazing value for money. It's a full month of vacation, this one. $5,199 per person. Now that is amazing. How we've squashed all of those elements of that holiday together, and it's a full 28 nights away, is incredible. But it does come up soon, so the sooner you make the call, the more certain I can be of your place on this holiday. Let's take a look at the details then, shall we? Because if you want to upgrade on the cruise, you are 22 of the 28 nights, remember, you are on the cruise. So when you look at that upgrade to balcony or to suite, when you divvy that up across the 22 nights of the cruise, it's enormous value for money. Honestly, Holland America have such a lovely warm welcome on board. I think you'll truly, truly enjoy your experience with them. Everybody I've heard that has been on one of these holidays say, you know what, that's it, that's our cruise line now. We'll go back year after year after year, and you'll find yourself being very loyal to Holland America as well because of that warm home from home feeling, I guess. And if you can get that on a holiday, then so much the better. It's brilliant, isn't it? Now remember, you can call us toll free 1300 306 134, or you can find that offer and all of our other deals on our website, cruiseaway.com.au, and you will see a huge amount, thousands of offers actually, on our website there. So whether you're looking at any cruise line, whether you're looking at Holland America as we're focusing in on right now, or any of the major cruise lines, you find them all on our website. But staying with Holland America right now, another exciting adventure to come around the Greek Isles, the Adriatic and Italy, with stays in both Athens and Rome. And this is brilliant, isn't it? When you're flying over to Europe, of course, you want to make sure that you make the very, very best of every day, every hour of your holiday time as well. So this is for October next year, the 12th of October. So we'll fly from Sydney first to Athens in Greece, and we've got 2 nights in a hotel here. Well, Athens, of course, is one of the most steeped in history cities you could ever wish to go to, isn't it? You've got so much to enjoy there. The port in Athens is one of the biggest in Europe as well, and that's quite a spectacle itself, let me tell you. There's lots of sightseeing to do, lots of amazing food, of course, in Greece, as you would imagine. And of course, historically, oh my word, the attractions, they just come at you left, right and centre. It's a good job that we've got 2 nights in a hotel to get round and do some of these things. And you know what? Going into things like the Archaeological Museum, it's only going to cost you a few euros to do that, which I think is great. So it's very, very affordable to be in Athens as well. Of course, you've got the Parthenon, the Acropolis Museum, the temples of Zeus there, the Lycabettus Hill, the Athens Riviera, and so much more. So after 2 nights there, here we are back on the new Staten Dam with Holland America, and they are one spectacular cruise line, honestly. So let's look in detail around the ship, because it's kind of a medium-sized cruise ship by today's standards. Of course, you've got that brilliant warm welcome from the crew on board. In terms of level of sophistication, I would say this is very much sort of that 5-star feel, very, very smart, like a boutique kind of hotel feel around the ship. Everything's done very, very properly, of course. The crew are what make one of these holidays, let me tell you. If they make things nice and easy for you, if they're very easy to get to know, if they're very helpful and friendly, then that really does make your holiday. And they are incredible. And there's such a range of different things. I mean, look at that. You've got a little indoor pool space there, almost like a solarium, so that even if it's not such a great day outside, you can still feel like you're on some far-flung sunny getaway under there. You can also learn a lot while you're on board as well. They've got these wonderful enrichment programs, and whether that be cooking classes, as you just saw there, which are great to be part of. You know, you might come back with some really good ideas back at home. The staterooms are just impeccable, by the way. Wonderful bedding, really nice, comfortable, home from home surroundings as well. And that's what you want when you're on a holiday, isn't it? Remember, on a cruise holiday, I say this, and I don't say it glibly, but all you really need to do on a cruise holiday for yourself is breathe in and out. The rest will just happen for you. Wonderful wines, wonderful foods, wonderful entertainments. The shows of an evening are fantastic. And again, they're not like going to a local theatre where a show will take up the whole of your evening. You're talking maybe an hour and a half for a show, which is great. So you can have a nice leisurely dinner of an evening, have some cocktails before you even go up to dinner, enjoy a show. Nothing is rushed, nothing is to the clock. You're not forever thinking, okay, am I late for this, that, the other? And I think that's the great thing about a cruise holiday. Do you know the other bonus as well? It stops you looking at the news. It stops you looking at all of the headlines. It is a true escape. Yes, you can access, the internet and everything else while you're on board if you want to. But if you want to be away from everything, you absolutely can. I think that's the joy of it, really, isn't it? So you're 3 weeks on this cruise. Out of Piraeus, let's go sailing. A day at sea, and we're in Santorini in Tira, and you can visit the monastery here at the highest point for brilliant views across. Then we go to Naphtalion, and this is in the Peloponnese region of southern Greece, actually. There's a medieval fortress here and museum as well. Then we move on to Turkey, to Kusadasi. Now, this has a wonderful open-air bazaar, incredible beaches, the classic ruins at Ephesus, which is nearby as well. A day at sea, and we have an overnight in Istanbul. Now, it's an incredible city, so 2 days here is just perfect. Of course, you've got the main highlights there being the Blue Mosque, the Basilica Cistern as well. You've got the Grand Bazaar, promenading through there, take in the city, and you've plenty of time to do that, being there for 2 days, which is amazing. On we go to Mykonos, which has just a beautiful port. Just the port itself is special. You can head down to Little Venice there, just wander the labyrinth of little streets. On to Harnia in Crete, Suda Bay, Old Venetian Harbour, again, beautiful, wonderful shopping and bike tours there as well. Next, we're off to Sicily in Messina. Now, this is just stunning. Of course, you're in the shadow of Mount Etna there. Incredible Taormina is not too far away either, which is worth a visit. On to Naples. Of course, the ruins of Pompeii, not far away. The Isle of Capri, the Amalfi Coast, they are all on the doorstep of Naples. Then we go on to the port for Rome. Now, again, this has to be a little bit of a pause in the proceedings. So we have an overnight here. So 2 days and a night. So you could go out of an evening, enjoy a wonderful romantic meal in Rome. You can go and do the attractions during the day, the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, and such like as well. It's an incredible city, and it's good to have the time to enjoy it. On we go after a day at sea to Dubrovnik in Corfu, of course, very much featured right now, so popular with tourists because, of course, the locations from Game of Thrones are in Dubrovnik. Then we're into Corfu. Again, this is an amazing place in terms of history as well. Palakostricta Beach is definitely worth looking into. Saranda next in Albania. It's a 10-minute walk into the town from the port there. Amazing beaches and ruins, of course. Catacolon, again, going through these itineraries, a very historic itinerary, actually, if you think about it. Very charming as a port as well, Catacolon. Day at sea, and we are in Naples, not for the first time, actually. You can walk the hill of San Martino up to the Castello Sant'Elmo here, which gives you an amazing view. Then we leave the ship in Civitavecchia, which is the port for Rome, and this time we're in Rome again for a bit longer because we check into a hotel in Rome and we've got 2 nights before we fly back to Sydney, which is incredible. Now, in Rome, I would say, of course, it's one of your cruise ports with an overnight, so you've had 2 days during the cruise to maybe do those highlight hotspots, the Colosseum and those kind of things. With your 2-night hotel stay, what I would do is unwind, relax, and enjoy the relaxation of Rome, because Rome has so much to offer if you just wander, because it just really is a beautiful, beautiful city. You'd have seen it, of course, in lots of films. It's been used as film locations for all kinds of things. And it is beautiful. Let me tell you, it's a wonderful city to enjoy. So take that time to relax before you fly back to Sydney. So here's what we're doing across the 27 nights there, flying to Athens with the stay there, then the cruise that's taking us through the Greek Isles, through Turkey as well. The overnight in Istanbul is brilliant, through Mykonos, through Crete, then on to Sicily. Sicily's a really beautiful, beautiful place. Then through Italy, of course, you've got the overnight in the port for Rome, on to Croatia, Game of Thrones territory, of course, through Greece, Albania, and back into Rome for the 2-night stay. So there are 18 different ports on your cruise itinerary here. It's a whopping holiday. And I think it's good that it is as far away as it is because, well, for 2 reasons. First, you can do your homework and you can work out what you want to do all the way through your holiday. And secondly, you've got all that time to look forward to it. And that means that I can offer you a low deposit opportunity for this as well. Just $840 each today gets the price that I've got negotiated for you locked in right now. Because you know the price of everything is going up. But if I can take a deposit for you today of just $840, then we can lock in this price here, which is incredible, by the way. $5,699 per person. You think of what we've done over the best part of a month's vacation there. We have done so much for that money. It's amazing. You need to jump on our phone lines as quickly as you can. Remember, it is toll free to call us as well. But before you do it, let's look about upgrading on that cruise as well. So if you wanted to go up to a balcony or indeed up to a suite, your prices are there on the screen. Remember, you are 21 nights on the cruise on this one. It's amazing. Honestly, call us right now, 1300 306 134. Or, of course, you can book this on our website, cruiseaway.com.au. Pop in that cruise ID on the top left of your screen. Tell you what, Holland America have something very, very different to offer absolutely everyone. And you'll find that if you haven't cruised with them before, it's such a warm welcome. It's such a lovely, comfortable cruise that you will want to go back again and again and again. Do you know, it's almost cruel to bombard you with so many different options in one show, but honestly, it's brilliant because there are certain parts of the world. If I said to you, okay, give me the top 5 places around the world that you want to go and cruise to, I know that lots of you would say Alaska, and that leads me straight on to our final offer, which is the gateway to amazing Alaska with Seattle stays, Mount Rainier, and city tours as well. Now, this is for August, 13 nights. On the 22nd of August, we'll fly you from Sydney to Seattle, and we'll start with 3 nights in a hotel there, which is brilliant because it's always a great way to get to know a city. But what we've decided on this one is we are really going to get you into the sights and sounds of Seattle because we're including 2 tours with this one. Now, the first one is a tour of the city. Now, it's an incredible city and it's really, really nice. It's not an all day, it's just a 3-hour city tour, but it gets to see you all of the highlights and the hotspots, if you like that bustling waterfront that we just saw there, the green spaces, the historic neighborhoods here, plus the top attractions, things like Pioneer Square, the Space Needle, which we saw in the footage there, which you can go up to. You can have a meal up there as well, actually, the revolving restaurant on the Space Needle as well. It's a great way of seeing the city. You can go to Pike Place Market and lots more. So it's always a good way of introducing yourself to a city, actually, just taking a small city tour. Well, we're including this with your offer as well. Now, we're also doing something completely different but spectacular that you cannot miss when you're in this part of the world, which is seeing Mount Rainier. Now, what we're going to do is take you on a small group tour from Seattle up to Mount Rainier. Now, it's brilliant. The whole journey is narrated. As I say, it's only a small group, so you've got a local guide there as well. You'll be journeying past lakes, waterfalls, historic towns, up to the highest mountain in the state of Washington. This is why this is one of the big deals you've got to see while you're here. It's one of the tallest in the lower 48 states, in fact, actually. And you can also take in spectacular views from Narada Falls, which are considered the most popular waterfall in the state park as well. So that's incredible. 2 tours there while you've got your 3 nights in Seattle. And then it's cruise time. Now, this time, we're on the Eurodam, which is one of the mid-size Holland America ships. This footage is just giving you a little flavour of life on board Holland America, as we've seen through the other offers as well. So we've talked about how it is a wonderful, comfortable, home-from-home experience, lovely restaurants, fantastic experience in terms of your entertainment, and just how you are looked after on board. Now, we start this cruise with a couple of days of scenic cruising, actually. You're going to love this, through the Puget Sound, where you have lovely whale sightings there, orca pods, and then a day at sea through Stevens Passage, which is sometimes known as the best shortcut to Alaska, which is where we are cruising to. So your first actual port after 2 days of scenic cruising is Juneau. Which is wonderful. Mendenhall Glacier, every single time I would recommend that as the highlight there. Glaciers, that's what you go to Alaska to see, isn't it? The cracking of the glaciers, it's got to be done. The whale watching and the eagles and the bears, and Glacier Bay is one of the best ways of doing that, let me tell you. Icy Strait Point, again, wildlife tours there, kayaking adventures, get into the water and enjoy it as well. Really get at one with Alaska, which is superb. Next we go into Sitka, which is the original capital of Alaska as well. Lots of local tours, a history museum, ghost tours here even as well if you fancy. Ketchikan is next, which is the salmon capital, and of course the home of the totem poles as well. Such a talent being able to carve something like that, surely. Then into Victoria. Butchart Gardens here. I read so much about the Butchart Gardens and just how spectacular they are. It's well worth seeing. We end the cruise back in Seattle. We've got an extra night in a hotel here before you fly back to Sydney, which I think is brilliant. So if there's anything you wanted to see again, maybe you wanted to go back to Mount Rainier, maybe you wanted to go back up into the Space Needle, maybe there was a restaurant that you found on your first day and you thought, we'll have to go back there, the food was just amazing, then you can do it because you've got an extra night in a hotel there before you then fly back to Sydney. So let's do the overview then for you. So we fly from Sydney to Seattle. We've got your stay in Seattle for 3 nights, which includes the 2 tours, of course. Then we've got 7 nights of Alaskan cruising there. You've got brilliant scenic cruising as part of that as well, which you're going to love. Back into Seattle with an extra night in a hotel there before we fly you back to Sydney. Now, $500 today as a deposit gets this holiday secured. Now that is pretty impressive, let me tell you, because considering what we have included in this offer for the price tag, it's ridiculous. I would act upon this as quickly as you possibly can, because your whole entire holiday, and I think this is such an exciting one as well, we're looking at $4,599 per person right now. It comes up in August, but you can book it today for a deposit of just $500 each. It's amazing. I mean, it's really, really good. This is a part of the world. I've not been to Alaska yet, and I would absolutely love to. And you're going to love Holland America as a cruise line as well. And we've included so much more than just the cruise in this. Let's take a look at the details then. If you want to upgrade your experience on board Eurodam on this one, which is lovely. What an amazing cruise line Holland America are. If you haven't yet cruised with them, you've got to, because so many people say, you know what, this is such a lovely warm welcome. They really do look after you on board. It's just, you know, it's your kind of cruise. So call us now, 1300 306 134. That's our toll-free number. If you've got any questions whatsoever, never, ever, ever sit there and think, I've got a question, but it's a silly question. I can't ask that question. I promise you that over the years, over 25 years, our team at CruiseAway will have heard every single question going. No question is a silly question, so please feel free and call free on 1300 306 134 for this or any of the offers that you've seen in this show. And listen, we've got lots of other shows as well, and I want you to go and have a little look on our YouTube channel right now. So if you've not had a chance to do that yet, just go onto YouTube, search CruiseAway Australia. You will find all of our current shows there. And again, we've got such an array of different experiences with lots and lots of different cruise lines as well, all of which you'll find on our website at cruiseaway.com.au. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. Have a brilliant rest of your day, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.